What's good, y'all? Today I'm going to be giving y'all some tips on how to improve your aim on controller. This is a very uncut video, so if you can't stick around, so you might want to find somebody else. But I'm gonna give you all the info. I'm gonna tell you everything I can. You know what I'm saying? Here's my credentials. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to reply to everybody. So let's get into it. Okay, so getting into it, sensitivity, right? Just like any FPS shooter, sensitivity is gonna be the number one thing controlling your aim, okay? If your sense is too slow and you can't get to where you need to be, or you can't flick how you wanna flick, that means you need to turn it up, obviously, right? This game has a lot of sensitivity options, and I know that can be really confusing, right? Especially when you get to these advanced ones, okay? But more or less, go hop in a shooting range, go find what you feel left, right is confident with, get your dead zones correct. And probably the most important part is your ADS speeds, okay? I know people that run the same ADS speed. I wouldn't recommend that though. I'd recommend trying your 1.0 scope out, figuring out what's comfortable on that, and then trying your 2.5 and so on and so forth, right? Because having them all the same speed, I feel like that's going to lead you to inconsistencies, especially whenever you need to be very accurate with your aim, okay? There's a lot of drills, that you could be running in shooting range to get your sensitivity right. You have this right here, walk, use strafe left or right. If you can control your recoil, if you can stay on the mark, if you can flick, right? If you're flick, I just got on. It's a little bad example, but you should be able to be consistent to some degree with where you want your crosshair to be at, okay? And another thing that comes with that is just playing consistently, of course. If you don't play the game, you play the game one time a week and you don't really got your sensitivity down like that, your aim's obviously is not going to be like pinpoint accurate, okay? So make sure you're playing consistently, make sure you got the sense that you're most comfortable with. And I would highly recommend touching into the advanced look controls, okay? A lot of these are on 0. I say the main ones you want to worry about are the accelerations, okay? ADS is when your stick is maxed out. How fast does it accelerate? So you can turn it, you can 180 while ADS, you can flick quicker, to different areas of the room or whatever. It's a very, very helpful setting, and if you're wanting to take this game seriously and rank up, I'd recommend running these. All right, so now that we got our sensitivity correct, now that we got our sensitivity to where we feel confident, where we feel comfortable, now is the time to start fixing your aim, okay? If you got the sensitivity you feel comfortable with, you need to find one and you need to stick with it. Because if you change your sensitivity every once in a while, you're not gonna feel nice, okay? I promise you, because every time you get on, every time you change it, a little bit, a little this, a little that, it's gonna mess you up, okay? Just find a sense that you feel comfortable with and stick to it, okay? Shooting range has a lot of things you can do for drills, especially this right here. If you click this option, there's a lot of things it'll give you, right? I like to run red dots, random distances, right? Just keeping your crosshair on the ball. This is a good warm up right here, right? When I warm up, you should be able to sit there and track the ball, right? Sit there and track the ball. It shouldn't leave your crosshair for more than, just keep it on there, right? That's a drill. You got your flick drills, you got your recoil drills. Can you flick around while shooting all these, And when you're warming up, it's good to stand still and while you get your warm up right, but you need to spice it up if you're wanting to mimic a real match, right? Because in a real match, you're not standing stationary while you shoot at everything, and if you are, you might wanna change that, okay? So we strafe, get your crouching up and down while you're doing it. Get your drills in, okay? Another thing is crosshair placement, right? I'm gonna go over here for this one. Crosshair placement is key in Siege, especially a game where it's reaction based and you need to be there. Because if you swing the corner with your crosshair on somebody's head and they're aiming like slightly left of your head, right? So they're aiming like right here when they swing the corner. You're on them. Who's winning that, right? They have to flick to you. Who's winning that? Who's winning that shot? Realistic, right? So crosshair placement is very important when it comes to hitting your shots. But if you really want to have nice aim, you need to practice your flicks, okay? Because if not every situation, somebody's going to be exactly where you would expect them to be. This is a game where there's a lot of tables, a lot of prones, a lot of ways you can hold angles, okay? Somebody could be proning, and you got to be able to see that and flick at the speed that you can, okay? This is why I like more of a high sense. That's why I'm sort of a high sense player, I like to say, right? You need to, especially before you warm up, or like before you get in the game, just practice different distances. So when you get on, you can just flick on there, okay? Or another one, a really good one to practice is aiming like head level and going from head to crouch level, okay? Because if you pick an angle and somebody's holding crouch and you're swinging it like this, you're gonna need to make that micro adjustment so you can hit them in the head and win that gunfight, okay? Also, another thing, positioning and movement, very important. This isn't what the video is about, but it's very correspondent with aim, okay? If you can't move around while you're moving and still be able to keep your ADS on the target, especially with your recoil, depending on what gun you're using, what attachments are gonna have more recoil, you gotta be able to move and you gotta be able to be in the good positions so you can win those gunfights, okay? Never play unconfident, okay? Because I promise you, especially you see this a lot in ranked, when people start getting elo, like scared for their elo, they might just sit there and hold more. They might not play off site because they're scared they're gonna die and throw, they're scared. They might not swing the angle even though they'll probably win because they're scared they're gonna get killed off the angle. There's situations where you just have to play confident, okay? This is a game, like if you get in your own head and they will swing you first, okay? So you gotta lock in and realize that it's just a video game, okay? You can't be too scared to do something because at the end of the day, you gotta make mistakes, you gotta learn, right? So sometimes you need to play that aggressive, confident you, okay? Even if you don't have the best aim in your head, if you learn crosshair placement, if you do these drills, you practice your flicks, when you swing, you should have some degree of confidence in your aim, okay? Swing, you want to check your angles, that's good. You need to be able to adjust, okay? That's the main thing with aiming in this game is you need to be able to not be aiming at somebody and be on that, okay? You need to be able to flick right onto that spot, even if it's an off angle, okay? That's very, very important. So never play scared, okay? All right, and getting into the more technical part of the game is the attachments. Especially with this new season, they made a lot of changes to the attachments and what they do. More specifically, the grips. Here, let me go to a character with the grip. Okay, we got 3 grips, right? You need to realize these all do different things, and depending on what character you are and how good you are at controlling recoil in this game, you need to be running whatever grip, okay? Some guns don't have a lot of recoil. Horizontal grip would be the one you would want to go with that. And vertical grip controls vertical recoil, which is, that's going to control you. That's going to help you with your recoil. Same with compensator. Compensator reduces horizontal movement while shooting, okay? So your gun won't sway left and right as much when you're trying to shoot. It's very helpful on, I think I use a compensator on Zofia. So you got to keep in mind what attachments are going to be for you. Shooting range is a great tool to go in here and test the waters out. Put a horizontal grip on. I always recommend a laser sight for your aiming, just so you can ADS quicker. You go in here. I can control the recoil just fine, okay? So that's what I'm going to run a horizontal. Somebody else might not be able to control it that well, and they might need to run a vertical, okay? So just test the waters, see what's good for you. Very, very important. Very, very important on what attachments use. All right. I'm probably gonna throw this somewhere in the middle of the video. I definitely forgot to include this on my rant, but the way you hold your controller when you play this game, when you warm up, when you play a match, like, you may not think because you just hold the controller how you hold the controller, but if you're holding the controller differently, it's gonna completely throw you off. And I swear, I promise you this, right? So I play claw, and then so I keep my index finger on my square and my triangle, right? And then I keep my thumb on both my thumbs on my sticks, right? Where you position your thumb on your stick, depending on what, so I'm gonna give you an example, right? Because I really don't know how to explain this. When I play people that have like one-time scopes, okay, I keep my thumb, my thumb hangs off like the top left side of my right stick, okay? And I do that so I can have more control. I don't know if that makes sense, but when you hop in a shooting range and just put more of your thumb in different areas. Like if I play like a gun with more recoil, right? If I go a gun that has more recoil, I keep my thumb higher on my stick because I gotta pull down more, right? So I'll put like Twitch, I keep like the top half of my stick covered with my thumb, but like the bottom half really isn't being touched, you know, say other than just like the angle of my finger getting on my stick. And I definitely would play around with this when you go into shooting range. You know, look at your hand, see how you hold your controller, see if it's making any difference, especially when you warm up. But yeah, and this is gonna be the last thing I'm gonna talk about, which I've already sort of implied throughout the video, but you should always be warming up. If you want to be good at this game, hopping straight into a match is probably not always the best choice, okay? There's great tools, there's great ways to warm up. Especially do not hop straight into a ranked match if you're winning to rank up. I promise you that's not the smart move. You're gonna wanna hop on, you're gonna warm, even if you're a seasoned player. Like I still get on and hop in shooting range, practice my flicks for a little bit. You know, I swap from my 1.0 scopes to my 2.5s, you know. I warm my flicks up. I warm my crouch spam up, you know. Warming up is very essential in this game, because muscle memory only goes so far, right? Especially if you're not playing every single day like me, warming up is gonna be your best friend. And warm up until you feel okay, and then I'd still go hop in an arcade. Okay, free for alls are the way. Just go to your settings, like go arcade, press R3, turn everything off. That's not free for all. Just hop in a free for all, turn some music on, just get active. Get in there, get active. Free for alls will teach you crosshair placement. They'll teach you where people are gonna go. They'll teach you, if you play with your audio on, you can hear when people, you know, crouch. Look how crouching is so loud in this game, you know what I'm saying? Things like that is very good for improving your aim, okay? Especially during the warm-up. But with that being said, that's really all I have to say. Definitely just play consistently. If you didn't take anything away from this video, just play consistent, you know, warm up, practice flicks, and find your sensitivity. Those are those are the 4 things you need to do. You do all those things consistently, you're gonna be in your bag, okay? I promise you you're gonna be in your bag, okay? Realize it's just a game. Don't get too in your head about swinging something, about aiming at something, because you most likely got that shit in you, okay? I know y'all do, right? But if you stayed around this long, I appreciate you. I really do. I'm not a tip channel. I really like to make more content, but I definitely wanted to make this video for y'all, so I can help people out, okay? So if you like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, you know what I'm saying, do whatever you want to do. Leave some feedback in the comments, anything I can improve on. You know I'm not the best talker. I'm really trying though. I'm trying. But yeah, y'all have a good one. I'm gonna talk to y'all.